+3? No. Go back to the start and do it again. Guitar Hero Ape Escape crossover? No, it's like a Zelda knockoff.
Cheryl? Is that Cheryl? Where are you going?
Has no one in this chat room heard of it?
Hey, wait! Stop!
I don't think it was like an incredibly well-known game or anything, but I'm surprised that not a single person has been like, yeah, I've played that.
I disagree.
Is that Cheryl?
No. Sorry. Game is lying to you. Riptire, thank you for the 53 months. You're the physical copy? Good man. Good man, I only have the disc. I lost the box at some point. That's a game I have from like ages past. Past me did not take Past me threw away his fucking game cases, keeps the old PlayStation discs in a binder, which is the wrong way to store discs. Do not do that. Now, this being said, this probably happened with some regular, because PAL PlayStation 1 cases are shit.
What is this?
You guys don't know this because you're probably American statistically, but PAL PS1 boxes are fucking dreadful. They break so easily. Yeah, half of mine are like cracked. They're just missing their front half entirely, and in that context, a sleeve isn't much worse.
What's that?
The hinge breaks easily as shit. PAL PS1 cases are dog shit. Whereas North American and Japanese PlayStation 1 jewel cases, they're jewel cases. They're standard jewel cases. They're fine. They work good for storing CDs. That's what they're for. Humanity has yet to improve on the design of the jewel case for the storing of CDs.
This is my dream. What's happening?
Despite best efforts from Sony and also at one point Sega to try and fucking improve on the jewel case design, they kept not improving on it. Because Dreamcast PAL boxes are also shit for like the same reason. Is there a reason the PAL ones are different? I don't know. Like, to fucking spite Europeans, I guess? I don't know if it was trying to be cheap because they're bigger. Like, PAL boxes are like twice the size of North American and Japanese PlayStation 1 cases. They're bigger. It's more material, I would have thought. But it's somehow, like, less sturdy. I think it's to fit the manuals? Maybe. Maybe. Because I guess the manuals are generally thicker because they include all the European languages. Maybe. I feel like most of those would fit in a standard jewel case fine, though. Besides, when I'm buying UK copies of the game, I don't need the manual to be in Spanish. Imagine that, like, someone living in Europe, like, goes to the game and they, like, look at their manual and they got their manual in Spanish and they're like, I do not need to know this, I am Italian! That's what they're like. Not a lot of crossover going on there, I would have thought. Like, what, were they just selling the all, like, one for the whole... Is there not, like, French-specific versions of PlayStation 1 games? Is this too much for the regional collectors to handle? I have to admit, I don't really know, because the UK got European game releases, of course, but our game releases are, like, a bit strange over history, because we don't... So UK game releases very often are, like, unique in some way, because we have a weird history with, like, age rating boards and stuff, owing to the fact our politicians are all idiots. Like, I can't imagine that European game releases would have had, like, age classifications from the fucking British Film Board on it, because, like, why would they do that? That was a thing that did happen around here. Like, a lot of games were rated by the British Film Board because they just grabbed the closest thing to hand, I guess. They were like, oh, shit, there's a new fucking type of thing we gotta rate. Who's available? Get the film guys to do it, and they all groaned in annoyance. The funny thing as well is that the British Film Board, being used to film, was a lot more lenient with age ratings than Peggy ever is at present, because they like, most video games to them were like, what is this? This is tame. Every region's got its own, like, quirks with this sort of thing. I know Germany has the USK as its rating system, and the German rating system gives very interesting results. Not to, like, engage in the, like, laughing or cultural stereotyping or whatever. That's genuinely not what I'm intending to do, but they're very... It's a real, like, mirror world from the way America does it. Because violence is penalized so much more harshly than anything relating to boobs. Ay-ya! That's very poor RNG. Like, as I recall it, the Dead or Alive fighting games have, like, pretty consistently the local equivalent of, what is it, like a 15 or a 16 age rating over there? Whereas the Dead or Alive beach volleyball games are rated, like, 12. No one gets hurt, it's just girls in bikinis playing volleyball. Fair enough. I don't disagree, to be honest with you. But of course, they're, like, big down on violence over there, to the point where, like, as I recall it, shit like Dead Rising just didn't come out there. for a long time. Like, I think Dead Rising 4 was the first game in that series to be allowed to be released over there. Because, you know, they saw you can chop down shitloads of zombies and their bodies, like, bisect all over the place. And instantly the German rating war was like, nope. And as far as I know, it's actually still kind of like that. Kinda. I'm not really, like, up on what's going on. German video game releases these days. They're very, they're relatively stringent about the violence. Whereas the UK, not so much. At least not these days. Really not ever. When it comes to video game censorship in the UK, for one thing, there's honestly not that many games that have ever been banned. It's not a very long list. It is a list that does exist, and it's mostly for stupid reasons. But the overwhelming majority commonality is, like, sex. Too risque. Yeah, Rule of Rose, I think, copped a distribution ban in the UK for reasons that seem dumb to me. I think that was a media panic that hit weird. For whatever reason, this is a conflation that I find very annoying. I very often see people, like, conflate that out to, like, oh, Rule of Rose was banned in Europe, and it's like, no, it was just the UK. You can find, like, Spanish copies all over the place. The UK does not constitute Europe, and by fucking God does it not constitute Europe these days, quite famously. Conservative invented an It's a sex game panic? Probably. It's believable. It's something they would do. But I can think of, like, basically no video games that have been banned in this country on the basis of, like, the violence. As a culture, the UK very much shares the, like, the Jesus freak prude stuff with America. It doesn't quite manifest in exactly the same way, but it's of the same genus, if you understand what I mean. The Bass, thank you for the good luck. Anyway, like our weird prude shit is a bit more, secular in nature. Our guys just choose to be weird entirely of their own volition. Okay. Choose to be little weird freaks entirely of their own choice. Game, please. Was banned for violence against children. I think it was more violence, yes, but it was specifically, I think, the implied sexual violence that got them angry. to admit, I'm not that familiar with the nature of Rule of Rose's content. But I'm given to understand there is some stuff in there that is somewhat risque. At least in the sense of what is implied to be occurring. But I am not sure. I have not played it. Why? This run sucks. I do remember the bully controversy. I remember that happening. I remember that happen. Like, I was there for that. Like, I saw that one happen in real time. And if you forgot about the 70k console, I didn't forget. Bothered. Yeah, the big thing with the Bully is that it was called Bully. And that made, like, some media people in the UK, because they're all fucking stupid, like, grift losers, they got really angry because, like, oh, this game encourages bullying, even though it's just called that. You don't, like, play a bully or anything. In fact, the game's very first chapter involves defeating the bullies and bringing them to heel. And as if to, you know, indicate how deeply stupid and how short an attention span anyone involved in this actually had, the only thing Rockstar did was they changed the name to the honestly super fucking cool Canis Carnum Edit. Latin for dog eat dog. Which is a bit less, like, punchy in a marketing tagline, I guess, but that's fucking dope, dude. Like, everyone that endorsed the controversy didn't play it? Oh, they definitely didn't. They clearly no effort was made to understand, like, the context of the game or even what you do in it. They just saw a game where, technically speaking, you play as a schoolboy and you can punch other school kids if you want. The thing is, I remember this controversy happening at the time because I was honestly kind of worried it was going to get the game, like, for real banned, because I wanted to play it. I was interested in it. I was reading the previews in the magazines and shit, being like, this game looks cool. But it did release here, and it was good, as it happened. Barizzle, thank you for the raid. I hope you had a good stream. Did you get any good runs going? I assume you were doing this. Perhaps a faulty assumption. Didn't finish one run. Tragic. First try right now. I kind of hope not. This run's beans. Fortunately, I have managed to finish a run today. One, but it was good enough to get me a 27. I got my desired result from the stream, which was a run that hit the skip. Fuck! Stupid door. You make me look bad. Got a first try but messed up the bridge hole right after? Ah. That sucks. I was really worried about that happening to me. I think I took too long to set it up, but I did get it. In the end, I do be hitting the skip. They tried bully because you believed it to be like Manhunt. The object of the game was to make people's lives in school miserable. No, it's a linear, like, narrative-based game. It's just like a story about a misfit kid that is set in a kind of weird mixture of, like, an English boarding school, but the game is clearly set in America. It appears to be set in the United States of England. The cultural blend is really fucking weird. No, not New England. That's a different thing. The thing is that I believe Bully was primarily developed by, like, Rockstar Edinburgh. Edinburgh? How do you pronounce that? It was Scotland. Obviously every Rockstar game has, like, a shit ton of hands on it. But it was developed by, like, the Scottish lads for the most part. I think it was mostly their game. Edinburgh. So, like, the game is culturally surprisingly British, but it's set in America. Ready? Angle strange. Angle strange, bro. I do not like that. This is probably fucked. Oh, I lied. I didn't love that, but I committed to it for the sake of speed. Frustrating little man. No, 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 I don't need this in my life. I need gooder RNG. For great speed. Actually, was Ed trying to slow me down? I don't think this is on pace for, like, fucking a 20 or anything. I think the start was good enough for that. You do actually have to play the rest of the run well. It's fucked up that my hit rate with the romper thing seems to have gone up after I stopped trying to, like, do a setup and just started winging it. Just walk into it. Who cares? Just being lucky is a lot better than being good. Ayya, what do you mean? Just be lucky, dude. Why is it sewer skip? Isn't it hospital skip? I don't know. I'll be honest with you, I don't know. Is it because you skip to the sewers? The reason it's called sewer skip, right, is because we've been, like, theorizing how to do it without, like, the presence of the hospital wasn't part of the initial, like, configuration. We were trying to figure out how to get there directly from the school at one point, because, like, it's just a wall. If you can get past the wall, you can get in there. So it was like, oh, we need to find a way to skip into the sewers, and then that became colloquial, like, sewer skip. But now the part of the game that is actually skipped is the hospital. Romper skip is the skip that involves the romper, but we don't skip the romper. Oh, no, 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 no. No, no, as much as you... Ooh, we wish you could skip the romper. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, no, it doesn't work like that, no. It was moorland, worm, and street skip. We didn't call it that. We called it romper skip because it was a skip involving a romper. The short version is that we're all idiots, alright? Just run straight past the fucking door, why don't you? God damn it.
Sybil.
Did the spiritual successor to Shadowhearts die before it came out? Yeah, apparently, Penny Blood's money from the Kickstarter got, like, embezzled by the publisher before the game even managed to really, like, start development. It's dead. The creators are currently, like, embroiled in a legal battle.
I disagree.
Cheers, Punchy.
Both of them, thank you for the 54 months of Prime Gaming. Yeah, that project is basically dead. Whoa, bad movement. Hadn't heard about that. It's pretty old now. Also, I might be, like, misrepresenting what happened somewhat, but either way, currently I believe the development team is, like, suing their publisher. for the money they were supposed to be paid to develop the video game. So, that project is pretty much dead, you know? Like, I have to imagine that even if resolved, we're probably not going to be seeing a video game release anytime soon. I don't know why I bother turning off the light there, it doesn't make any difference. Makes it harder to see what you're doing. Yeah, another fucking Kickstarter project-ish, sort of, because the sequel, spiritual successor type thing to 428 Shibuya Scramble Stories, also had all of its, like, funding just vanish because apparently it was embezzled by the website that was supposed to pay them. No, it was like a completely unrelated to anything Japanese crowdfunding platform that just didn't pay them the money, and then when they were like, where's our money, the website told them, oh, we accidentally paid it to a different client, and they're like, well, what the fuck? Get it back? So they're being sued. Because it sounds like, fairly credibly, that the money was embezzled. She shot me with the gun. But I did not perish. Little bit of time save, but damn, she shot me with the gun. That was a gold? I didn't open the menu to heal. I went for broke on the not healing thing. I did in fact chance it. I'm continuing to chance it because my health status is probably a bit dire right now. Yep, that's not shocking. I wish that fight had gone a bit better, though. You know, I wish I hadn't gotten shot with the gun. I didn't keep firing. Dun. Clear. I wish that Sybil fight had gone a bit better.
Daddy.
Cheryl!
Thank you, Daddy.
I really do. If that Sybil fight had gone to the plan and I hadn't gotten shot, that probably would be world record. As is, I'm not totally sure.
Can't be. Can't leave like this.
I doubt. That's probably a
It's
PB,
a world
though. I'm
record!
surprised if it
Can't be
wasn't.
happening. Cheryl!
Also, I wish the start of the run was a bit less shit.
Cheryl!
Nothing moves out. Would she actually have any attacks? Does she sit there and take hits? Oh, she's charging an attack right then and there. 21. 1 second off the world record. Not bad, though.
Oh god! Oh god!
Yeah, if I hadn't gotten shot by Sybil, that would have been it. I went for broke at the end.
You're better than me!
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things that could have gone better. I could have, like, played the beginning a bit less shitty, among other things. I am hardly mad about it.